Welcome to my channel, Kalani Pep Talks, and you are listening to Evia. Once upon a time, there lived a famous philosopher called Aristotle, who hailed from ancient Greece. He is a great scholar who has contributed a lot to the field of philosophy and science. One of the famous quotes by Aristotle says, "You can seek advice from others. However, you should never blindly follow the advice." And Aristotle himself explained this in a humorous way. So, sit back and listen to the story till the end. And the story goes like this. There was a man who always had quarrels with his wife, and he was very frustrated. He met many people and sought advice on how to stop quarrel with the wife and live peacefully. Each one of them gave some advice to him based on their personal experience, and the man kept trying each and every one of them, but all in vain. Finally, he met a friend who was living very happily. So the man thought to himself, I should ask him for some advice to live a happy life. The friend said, "Listen, I have 2 wives. When my first wife quarrels with me, I leave the house to go and stay with my second wife. When my second wife quarrels with me, I go back to my first wife's place. That way, I always avoid any further quarrels with my wives. That's the secret to my joyful life." The man who was listening to his friend told him, "Wow, that's a nice idea. I should follow your footsteps and get married again, and I'll avoid quarrels with my wives." One fine day, he found a girl and convinced her to marry him. He was feeling happy and was hoping that he will avoid quarrels with his wives. He went to his first wife, hoping she'll be happy with him. At the same time, he was ready to step out of his house the moment his first wife would start an argument with him. Unexpectedly, the first wife found out that her husband had got married again. She became furious and trashed him and threw him outside the window. Consoling himself, he visited his second wife's home. To the shock of his life, the second wife had just come to know that the man already had a wife. She did her part to sweep him out of her home. The man cursed himself and was murmuring, "What's happening to me? I followed the footsteps of my friend, aiming to live peacefully like him. But both of my wives have thrown me away into the street." Talking to himself, he slowly came to a very lonely charity site, where he thought he will spend his night and think about what to do next when the sun rises. Inside the charity site, the man saw another person at a distance and thought he would check who he is. So he slowly walked towards him. When he got a glimpse of the other man, he was surprised to the core to find that it was his friend in the lonely charitable site. He asked his friend, "Hey, what are you doing here? You are one lucky guy who can spend at both your wife's place, but why should you come here?" The friend, scratching his hair and with a cunning smile in his face, said, "You see, my friend, for the past so many months, I am daily coming to this charity place and sleeping alone." Sarcastically, he said, "I badly needed a companion, bro. I saw you as an easy option. That was the reason I recommended that approach to you as a solution. And I know for sure you will come here soon." The man who blindly followed the advice of his friend met with a miserable end. Aristotle finished reciting the story, and his message is clear. You can seek advice from others as a help or to solve a problem. At the same time, you should not blindly follow the advice of others, because you never know if that really works for you. You, being the owner of the situation, are the sole person who understands the outcome of implementing a solution to the burden. For the same reason, it is important that you analyze every advice carefully, and you be the only one who finally decides which approach to take to resolve a problem. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you don't miss any of my interesting videos.